24/7 championship.
Putting that right in S.
Whoa, really? Whoa.
Welcome back to Stache Club Wrestling. My name is Sophie, and today I am doing a non-wrestling fan ranks WWE belt designs. Well, welcome back. I have my co-host John here. Oh, no John Cam.
No,
but
John
he is
Cam.
here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
Pleasure to be here. So if I got 14 of these puppies that I'm going to show you. They're all just random. Obviously, this isn't the best. This isn't the worst. This is a random handful of belts, so it's not all of them. So they're, if people want to see a part 2, there's definitely room to do so. But I figured we'd dip our toes in with this handful.
Alrighty, make sure that you like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want to see more of this, or if you don't, let us know. We want to know. Let us know if you hate this.
Please don't. I can't take any more. Actually, please don't.
Make sure that you subscribe to the Patreon, get behind the paywall for extra bonus content there as well, and merch. We still have it. Remember, we're drinking outside this year. You will, in fact, need a koozie. It is necessary. The sun is only getting hotter because our planet's dying. So might as well.
Hotter.
Yep. So might as well keep your drink cold.
So first one I have for you is the current iteration of the WWE Championship. Its full name, the Undisputed WWE Championship, currently held by Cody Rhodes.
Whoa. I wish we had them in front of us, all of them.
I know,
I would love to feel the textures
sick.
because I bet that I would stim out on some of these things. I like this one. I mean, obviously you have the classic white, gold, red combo. That's obviously how you know it is on brand, essentially. What's going on?
I was going to bring this over. I forgot to give this to you.
Oh my God, right. Please get her ready for me. Warm her up. Oh, right. Heavier than I expected.
So where are we going with this?
We have like the classic color combos. I really like this like bubble texture that's in the background. It looks like popped bubbles or like dragon scales. I bet it would feel really nice to like just touch. But also it's not like, I don't mind the glam around it. Like it's not too overwhelming. What do I have? Start from S to D. All right. Oh, we'll put it in A.
Okay. At first I started calling this the Macaroni Championship because of the yellow behind it, because it's not in this quiz, but the one prior to it had a black background. This one had kind of a yellow background. I think they might have toned down the yellow as they got criticism, but people instantly saw this and didn't like it. And now we're like a few years into it, and now it's just like, it's fine, that's the championship, you know what I mean? All right, next heavy hitter, in my opinion, not to sway you, but we have the Intercontinental Championship with the white strap. Blow it up a little bit for you.
Fire.
Yeah.
I love the white belt.
The white strap is, I think, what you'll also find. It's what I believe is a real cheat code.
Yeah. I don't
it's so
like
sick.
Why. I'm not exactly sure, but it is. I also like how it has different like wrestling positions on it. Like it's simple, but also at the same time detailed. Put her in S. That's
easy money.
Yeah, the white strap. Delicious.
Yeah, I think there's one or two others of those white straps in here, but a classic one I think that you've seen famously. This is the WWE Championship spinner belt, kind of famously held by John Cena. I think this is just like a replica image. I don't know. Some of these images are weird, but you get it.
Does it spin?
It does spin. Yeah, the WWE spins.
Fire.
Similar to that as like a 2000s Fast and Furious like car rim or whatever.
Yeah, that is nice. I do like things like that. The movement definitely adds bonus points to it. Once again, I really wish I could touch it.
I know. I want this belt so bad.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It got a lot of criticism because it did replace like a pretty noble looking belt, and then which it's been brought up again where now John Cena is a bad guy. John Cena is the one that introduced this title because he was doing this whole kind of like chain gang, basic thugonomics sort of thing. So like the spinner belt kind of added to his character, but then they kept it. So like Randy Orton had the spinner belt, and it was kind of weird that like other people had the spinner belt. But I like the look of it. It definitely is nostalgia heavy.
Yeah,
but that's a little bit of background on it.
Yeah.
So people were criticism that it was like they turned the championship into a toy. So they sold a shit ton of these.
No doubt. Yeah, I like it. Once again, the movement adds bonus points for sure. The one thing is like it's very busy. It's very busy to me. It looks like a Vegas slot machine. So I'm not going to rank it as high as you may have thought because it's just like there's a lot going on.
Oh, I don't blame you.
And also I can only see parts of like the side panels. I don't know what you would call them.
Side plates.
Yeah. Also, I feel like there's a lot going on here. It took me a minute to see that there was an eagle on the top. Like it's kind of just hard to read. So I'm going to put it in C.
Yeah, I don't think that's crazy. It's a pretty divisive title. It's one of those things where like you either love it based off nostalgia, or you look at it and you're like, oh, that's like some gaudy mess. Or
Yes,
whatever,
yeah. And I feel the same way about ranking pay-per-view posters or anything. Like, I think simplicity is king. I don't like things that are too busy because it's just overstimulating to the eye.
All right, next one we have the WWF Championship Winged Eagle version.
Is that this?
No, it is not. This is basically the sister of that title. We'll get to it.
Well, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one you're holding is the Big Eagle. This is the Winged Eagle. And if you notice kind of like the shape difference, like this one kind of curves up. I think the highlight of this one is the eagle wings kind of coming off the title.
Super nice.
You know? Yeah.
Super nice. I like the shape that it's created. I also, and similar to this one, I love this 1920s-esque font. Looks like an old movie theater thing you got going on. Yeah, super nice. I like the shape. I like the side, what did we say? Side
plates.
Side plates as well. Yeah, I'll give this one A. It's nice.
This one I would pretty definitively say, for the most part, is wrestling fans' favorite.
Yeah, it's a good one.
People love that belt, and I don't disagree. Next up, we got Big Gold, different than Big Eagle, the World Heavyweight Championship.
Wow. Oops. Triple H. There he is. Mm-hmm. This one's kind of nice.
Yeah, people love this one too. I think because like one, it's simplicity. Two, it's the exact contrast to the spinner belt, where this is a fighting championship world-class belt, as opposed to when the spinner belt is playing a little bit more into that sports entertainment.
Yeah.
Where this is like a sports championship.
Yeah. This is pretty beautiful. Although like there's lots of textures and shapes going on, I think that since they're strictly, like, they're not necessarily telling a story, it's literally just to fill space. I don't mind that, just like a little pop of texture. Mm-hmm. I'll give this one S. I really like this one.
Yeah, I love that.
I also like the shape of like the shield aspect, like just in the center, like how it's like, I don't know what shape to compare it to, but it's not like just a circle, you know?
And the center, like, I think on a lot of these, we kind of see like the center gradually dip to the sides. Like this one, the center is way more massive than the straps. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, I like that shape as well.
All right, we'll move on. I'll reserve commentary till after, because I don't want to sway you on anything. Okay. But this is the Divas Championship that has been since done away with, but this is the Divas Championship. I think that's so far a perfect reaction.
There's here's what I don't like about it.
Let's hear it.
It feels like they're forcing this girly look just because it's a women's belt. And I'm not about that shit.
Nailed it.
Like it has this like loose like butterfly shape, and you have the pink and like this curvy font. Fuck no. Fuck no. Like, yes, it's totally okay like if a woman likes pink, but that is not her whole brand. Like these other ones are strong, powerful, like gold colors. This is I don't know if it's, I'm assuming that it's silver, and just based on the light it looks purple silver. And it has like these tramp stamp shapes. And I'm like, I don't, this feels super misogynistic.
You're nailing it. You're spitting.
So I don't love that aspect of it. That being said, it's very like, I don't know, 90s or Y2K looking, which I do like. It's a good look, but yeah, this is exactly what I would picture a man to design if they were asked to make a women's belt. Right. So I'm gonna put it in D.
Yeah, I think that's where it belongs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you nailed it right on the head. And obviously that was your, not there's right or wrong answers here, it's your opinion. So this was, we talked a lot about, I think even in the last videos we were kind of talking about like the women's revolution, and there was a period of time where the women's division was not respected, and like, this, that, and the other. So this was the title. The women's division used to be called the Divas division, hence the reason for the Divas Championship. Yeah. Obviously, since that's been done away with appropriately, now it's just the women's division, and it's just they have an actual championship and whatever. The other side of it, now that we're so far removed from it, and now in 2025, now we can look back at it, and objectively, it's like, what's kind of a funny and kind of a cool looking thing objectively, like without any of the context. It's like, because now you are seeing now support for the Divas era and the Divas Championship, because now we're no longer in it, and you can look back and appreciate the stars or things that might be kind of like, oh, like that was a cool looking like time capsule of a belt. But with the context of it being, like you said, just a Barbie butterfly championship. It's definitely it's an odd thing in the history of WWE. All right, we'll move on to number 7. We're sticking in the women's division.
Okay.
Now this is the current women's WWE championship.
Okay. Yeah, I like this. Wait, this is not the same as the first one? Oh no, it's white. Okay.
Yeah, so now, as you'll kind of see, I forget how many more I put in this, but which is, another kind of controversy where now the men's and women's titles are the same minus the strap difference. So the men and women's IC belt, the men and women's world heavyweight, WWE championship, which is like in one turn cool because it's like you're putting them on the same level, but also I think people would enjoy some variety, and you can make a men's one that looks legit and a women's one that looks legit, and they're different.
Nailed it.
They don't need to be the same.
They don't need to be the same.
Not to just talk through that and put words in your mouth.
No, 100%. I completely agree. Yes, we love equality. But yeah, you can also add some extra flair to it. I think that just based on, the fact that it's the same as the last one, or the first one that you showed me, I have to put it in the same ranking as A. And yeah, I like the white. The white is that's nice. I don't know.
If I were to choose between them, like the white strap one looks sick.
Yes, yeah. And I'm not sure why I
don't know either.
Feel that way.
All right, a few more left.
Okay.
We have the ever so controversial 24/7 championship.
I'm putting that right in S.
Whoa, really?
That's
good for you.
Perfect.
This is.
Let me look at it again. Yeah.
This is maybe the most hated championship in
this
wrestling.
Is iconic. This is iconic. I think it looks It looks so clean.
Yeah, I like the green.
I love the green. The green
sick.
And the gold combo. I mean, it looks like the Boston Celtics, or like like St. Patrick's Day or some shit. The font on champion, like you have like this thinner, taller, for lack of better term, font that also kind of resembles like the 1920s in a sense. I think it's perfect in every way. I love it.
So this belt, to give you context.
Yeah, why do people hate it?
Well, so it's a lot of it is due to its context, I guess. So it's a 24/7 belt. This was kind of a gimmick belt that a lot of lower card guys got, even like celebrities ended up getting it because it was a funny backstage belt that could be defended 24/7. So if you have this belt, anyone could run up on you and hit you and pin you. And whether you're at your home or you're backstage in catering. So it's like the idea is so funny. They just didn't execute it well.
Yeah.
I am a sucker for the green strap.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
People are going to be shocked by that placement. I'll tell you that.
God,
but I respect
love that.
it.
Well, if anyone hates my take and wants to get rid of theirs, please send it to me. I would like it, and I will wear it proudly.
I'd be sick.
Yeah, I just think that's really clean.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Move on to what was basically the 24/7 championship of the 90s and the early 2000s. We have the Hardcore Championship. Basically just the same rules as the 24/7. A lot going on.
No, too much. It's going to go to D, that's for sure. What am I looking at?
So it's supposed
to be covered in tape?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, remember the Winged Eagle one we saw earlier? So it's supposed to be that, but smashed up and put back together hardcore style via duct tape. Is like kind of the idea. Yeah.
If it was physically done like that, because this, I mean, and maybe it is, but this obviously the photo makes it look like it's just like printed on there. It would be one thing if you physically took the original belt, smashed it up, and then put it back together. Like,
let's take a look.
It could just be that photo.
Like, so here's like RVD holding it. I guess the photo I was showing you was definitely a little bit of a render.
It still doesn't look terribly realistic though. Yeah, I love the cracked look concept. I think that's really cool.
You can kind of see. You can kind of see like the pieces of metal.
The shards. Yeah. I want it to be a hazard. I think if it was executed a bit better, then I would like it more, but I don't think the execution is great. It looks like sloppy and not necessarily intentional. So yeah, it's gonna go in D.
Damn,
I don't like it.
All right, next in many circles, the Stache Club Wrestling Championship. In a lot of other circles, just the WWF Championship, Big Eagle. I guess you can just kind of have it in your own hands.
Yeah, I do like the fact that I can actually see it because I am able to observe it a bit more. Which I think is good. I mean, I like this one for a couple of reasons. One, the nostalgia that I have just working with you guys the past couple of years. Like,
and
I
that's
remember
wrestling.
the day that you,
Wrestling is sentimental nostalgia. Yeah. That's the whole thing.
So I'll end up ranking it pretty high because I remember like the day that you guys unboxed this. But yeah, similar to the other Eagle one that you showed me, I like the font, like the champion font on the bottom. I wish there was a little bit more detail in this side things, like a little bit more texture. It's just kind of outlines of lions and shields of sorts. But yeah, I'll put it in A. Because I do like it.
All right, last few. We have Bryan Danielson's version of the WWE Championship. This is called the Eco-Friendly Championship. His whole thing was being like vegan and eco-friendly, and so this is like supposed to be
burlap.
Made out of, burlap, and then the wood like paneling or whatever.
That's kind of fire.
It's cool.
I'm all about sustainability, so I'm into the concept behind it. Brown, blue, white, classic color combo. I'll pull up a picture of him holding it. I can just picture like the smell. I bet it smells pretty good when it's not on like some sweaty person. But yeah, why does it look just like him?
I know they do have like the same colorway.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's looks like you squished that man into a belt. I really like that one.
It's cool. It's creative.
Yeah, it's creative. I like the meaning behind it.
And he's the only one, like that was his belt,
Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing that I dislike about it is that like why is his name plastered over it? But if it's just his, then like sure. I like the concept behind it, once again, the eco-friendly type deal. I wonder if it actually
no shot they made this eco-friendly. This was pumped out in a factory for sure.
Hate that, but I like the concept. I don't love the font that his name is in, but I still really like it. I'll put it in S as well.
All right.
Yeah,
nice.
I think over the pros outweigh the cons here.
Final three here. We have the Undisputed Championship.
Wow. Lions everywhere. This one is busy. This is going to end up going in B. I already know it because it's busy, but it's not, once again, it's kind of just filled with textures, not necessarily like it's not super storytelling from what I can tell. It's kind of giving like fantasy looking with these swirly
Lion Witch in the Wardrobe or whatever.
Yeah, Narnia. Yeah, that kind of vibe. And then you have these stars that look like they're just kind of like different. I don't know. It feels like they're trying to force too many different design styles into one thing. I see that. Like
it's like almost like Roman with Americana.
Yeah. But it's not bad. I don't dislike it. So yeah, I'm gonna put it at B.
All right. I like this one for similar reasons. Like I like the big gold World Heavyweight Championship one. Is it feels like a World Championship.
Yeah.
It feels that could be for boxing or UFC or like whatever. Last two we have the current Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, super clean. This is also a really good one. There have been great examples of ones that like have enough texture to them where like it gives you something else. It's not too simple, but it's not too overwhelming. Like the use of the stripes and these like dot things, and I don't know what you would call those other shapes, but yeah, this is really clean.
What I always liked about the Intercontinental Championships, they do it in like almost all their designs, is showing the continents.
Love that.
Like staying
should.
on brand and, not on brand, on theme. I also like that the WWE logo isn't like massive. Like a lot of them, like, in the WWE Championship, the logo is the entire belt.
Yeah.
This I like. I mean, that's my preference, is not having like a massive logo. So this is at least a good modern version of it where it's like, all right, fine, it's on there, but it's not, gaudy.
I think I'd have to agree. I'm going to put it in A.
All right, last one. We have the current women's version of the Intercontinental Championship, a new belt, only made within the last couple of months.
Oh.
So far, there's only been one champion, Lyra Valkyria.
Oh, wow. I'll have you look at another photo if you don't mind.
Yep.
So I can kind of see it head on. But so far so good. Once again, the white. I love the white.
Here's like a render of it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
This one better? Which one?
Do the render if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it looks good. Obviously, it's essentially the same thing, just with a white belt, and then you have blue.
Personally, I love the blue edition. I think the blue looks so good with the white.
It does. It does every time. Yeah, I think I'll also put this one in A. I don't have much to say because I feel like I covered it in the last one, and obviously this one isn't too much different.
All right, that's what we're looking like. I mean, I definitely chose some hitters. I think you definitely have some controversial picks in here, but that's the whole point of a non-wrestling fan's eye.
Yeah.
Which is always very interesting to see.
Yeah, I would love to know if we could do a poll of like, I would love to know what other people's favorites are, because I know, as we just discussed, like it's about nostalgia
Right.
And things of that nature.
Whichever
like,
belt you grew up watching as a kid is like more than likely your favorite.
Exactly. And for me, since I didn't grow up watching it, it's just like, oh, what looks best?
Yeah, exactly.
So I bet we'll have very different opinions. But yeah, let me know. Tag me in your stories or posts of you and your favorite belt. I'm curious, and I would like to see. Yeah, tell me your stories.
Is there anything we're moving up or down?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about this. Yeah, that 24/7 one, I think
it's so funny.
It's my favorite. I love it. I really like that one. Yeah, that's just delicious. I know there's not much going on there, but I don't need it to have a lot going on. I think that just looks so good. Yeah, the green, come on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. We're always looking to do more different things. Anything that you guys want, we are here for it. So yeah, looking forward to my next time behind the camera. And thanks so much.